Next up, we're going to do law and licensing, and our past chair, Linda, is going to...
You forgot my name already.
What's that? Are you ready? Are you close?
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
I know you would be.
Okay. I'm kind of like Joel. It's been a long break, but it was fun. But so if anybody has stuff to add, please add. All right. This was December 8th. We approved the minutes. Then we had some requests for waivers from charter schools. They all were there. They gave us good input on their changes. So we took action on all of these. And let me see where we start here. I guess we'll start. The Law and Licensing Committee moves that the board approve waivers from Board Rule R277419-4 and R277700-6 as requested by Utah County Academy of Science and Itinerus Early College High School. Do you want to do that one first? Because that one's a different than the other one. Let's do that one first.
Okay. So the motion before the board is that the committee, or that the board approve waivers from board rules, waiver from Board Rule R277-419-41A and R277-700-6 requested by Utah County Academy of Science. You want to do,
And Itinerus. Do you want to do them separately?
well, you did it combined.
I did them combined, yeah.
Let's keep it combined and stay
Okay.
consistent.
Okay.
And Itinerus Early College High School. So I'll restate the motion that the committee approve waivers from Board Rules R27-419-41A and R277-700-6 as requested by Utah County Academy of Science, UCAS, and, am I saying it right?
UCAS.
Itinerus Early College High School. That is the motion before the board. Board member comments. Board member Cannon.
Yes, could you please tell us what the waiver entailed? What did they want to be waived?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to have to go way back unless somebody else wants to.
We have staff.
Here she
Will you
comes.
introduce our staff?
Sorry, Angie's not here today. Angie's
that's
got the
from-
flu, so.
Oh. Will you please state your name?
Yes, I'm Dr. Anna Trevino from the Utah County Academy of Sciences.
Okay.
The two waivers that we are requesting are that we allow the school to waive a 0.5 credit of art and a 0.5 credit of PE in order to align with the university standards, which are 1 credit of PE and 1 credit of art. That way our students would not have to be doing an extra summer program or other things
That's right.
to get those 2 half credits done. But because all of the early college high schools are aligning to the university standard, we'd like to also be able to be allowed to align to that standard.
They were also aligning their schedule to the schedule of the college as well.
Yes, the second part of that was to be able, right now, our students go the 180 days, 990 hours. However, our students are going well over the 990 hours, and we're asking to be able to go at least 990 hours, but be able to take off a few days for the students. Typically, in looking at both Itinerus and UCAS, it seemed that there was an average of between 7 and 10 days that we would shorten our school year, but we would still have the 990 hours.
Board member, well, she's got it all. Board member Wright.
Just whatever you're doing at UCAS, I saw recently that I believe your average ACT was 26,
Yes.
which is 2 points higher than any other LEA. I think your closest competition is Carl G. Mazer, just up the road from you.
Yes.
I love that competition between the two of you. These are in my district, so I'm kind of proud of them. But which has 24. So whatever you're doing at UCAS, it is resulting in an ACT score that's 2 points higher than any other LEA in the state. So I applaud how you're pushing the envelope, what you're figuring out to do for your kids, and the reputation you've established. I just wish you were twice as big as you were.
Thank you, we're trying.
Okay, did that answer the question on what was being waived for the other school also? Did you have a follow-up? Did you have a follow-up?
No, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, we have a oh, go ahead. Here's your
Maybe I
follow-up.
do. I was a little confused. So you're aligning to a university standard. What university are you aligning to?
So each of the early college high schools is associated with a university. Utah County Academy of Sciences is aligning to Utah Valley University standard. Itinerus Early College High School is aligning with Salt Lake Community College.
And so you're going from a 0.5 credit to a full credit?
No, right now the state requires 1.5 credits of PE for a student for high school, and the university requires 1 credit,
So you're reducing it by
a half
a
a
half.
credit.
Thank you. I understand now.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Let me restate the motion. The motion that the committee approve waivers from Board Rules R277-419, 41A, and R277-700-6 as requested by Utah County Academy of Science, UCAS, and Itinerus Early College High School. Any further discussion on this motion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
I'm
Voting.
abstaining, Chair.
Okay, do we have that note? Okay, motion
Okay.
passes.
All right, then the next part of that is a waiver from R277-700-6 is requested by the Academy of Math, Engineering, and Science and Intech College Collegiate High School. And this was just for the time. This was for the 180-day waiver so that they would be aligned with their colleges as well.
Is that the next action?
It's the second part of the motion for the board on that same one. So we went through Itinerus Early College High School, and then the next waiver is R277-700-6.
Yeah, 700-6. Okay. All right. So the motion before the board is that the board approve a waiver from Board Rule R277-700-6 as requested by Academy of Math and Engineering and Science. Is that correct?
Yes, and Intech Collegiate High School, those two.
Okay. That is the motion before the board. Any further questions or comments? Board Member Lear, is your, nope. Sorry. Board Member Belknap?
Are these also both early college schools? Both
Yes.
of them? Okay, thank you.
Any further? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
I'm abstaining again.
Okay, motion passes.
Okay, next we discussed again R277-613. I actually saw that this has been on the agenda for almost a year. Can you believe it? Last year at this time, we were also talking about it. But we're getting close, right, to getting this rule done. And so we had a big discussion. Terrell came down, and the work group was going to meet again. I think they have met again, and they will be working on that again tomorrow with the rule changes. So there's no motion right now on that one. R277-482, charter school timelines and approval processes. We amended this a little bit, and then are moving that the board approve R277-482 on second reading.
Okay. The Law and Licensing Committee moves that the board approve R277-482 on second reading. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting was unanimous.
Okay, we next discuss the board bylaws. We've been going through the board bylaws and approving them at different times. There were some things this time that we needed to have approved for this meeting. So we are asking that the board approve the bylaws as amended with the exception of amendments to sections 11B, 5, and 6. So we're still working on those sections. As I recall, and maybe, I don't know if Ben Rasmussen is here, but it seems to me like the only things that we were amending in this section were, there he is. Okay. Thanks, Ben.
Well, let's get a motion and get into discussion.
Okay. So we move that the board approve the bylaws as amended with the exception of amendments to sections 11, B, 5, and 6.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve the bylaws as amended with the exceptions of amendments to sections 11B, 5, and 6. Discussion.
So the two,
Hang on.
I was going to say,
So we have one, Board Member Cannon.
Will you just tell us exactly what we are amending?
Okay.
Ben can probably
Okay,
do
Ben,
that better.
please.
Ben
State your
Rasmussen,
name and-
Director of Law and Professional Practices. So the amendments that are in this version of the bylaws dealt with the composition and of the Executive Committee and the Audit Committee.
I think we also are changing, I don't think we've approved the one where we change it to an odd year.
You're right. We do have, there are a couple provisions that talk about the board doing a process of self-evaluation, and we changed that from every even year to every odd year.
To every odd year.
And then there are additional revisions that will be coming before the committees tomorrow.
And yeah, I think the audit committee one was that they have at least one vice chair instead of having all the vice chairs on it, because if we have 3 vice chairs, then that fills up the committee. So this just says, now it says at least one vice chair so that you can choose, kind of gives you more flexibility.
Can we restate Board Member Reby?
I'm looking this over right now, and I'd like just a minute to read it again, because I looked at it before, but I just want to get to it again and look at it again. So if I could just have a second to look at it one more time.
Okay. We'll honor your request, Board Member Reby, to have a little pause here. But while we're pausing on that, I'll restate the motion. That's okay, but doesn't confuse. Okay, the motion is that the board approve the bylaws as amended with the exception of amendments to section 11B, 5, and 6.
Thank you.
You good? Okay, I'm not seeing any other discussion, so let's vote. All in favor say aye. Those opposed? Voting was unanimous. Please continue.
R277515, we just discussed this rule and decided that we didn't have any further changes for it. So we have no motion there. R277415, standards for school nurses. This is a new rule. We've had quite a bit of discussion on this rule, and they had made several changes. We are adding, let's see, committee action. We were adding a subsection that says, nothing in this rule gives any medical provider authorization to prescribe medications to a student without the written consent of the student's parent or guardian. Just for clarity, for everybody who had concerns about that. So law and licensing moves that the board approve R277415 revision 2 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-415 revision 2 on second and final reading. Any discussion to the motion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye. Those
Aye.
opposed? Voting was unanimous.
Okay, then we had a report on the APT. That's a really interesting report. I hope you all got a chance to read that report. We when we passed APT, we said that we would review it after a year. So that's our review of the APT license, and it was really interesting. So thanks to Travis for that. But there's no board action on that. We also discussed R277502, which is the rule outline. The rule has not come to us yet, but they kind of talked to us about some of the things they intend to put in the rule and got our input, but there wasn't any board motion for that either. We haven't seen the rule yet, so that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that report. Board Member Lear.
I had a question about the outline for 502. I had a number of things I wanted to be included in that outline. Didn't feel like it wasn't that there wasn't enough time, or it wasn't even conducive. It was just not the right time in the committee to discuss those things. So how could I take my ideas for this outline to the rest of the board to have those included in, at least considered in the discussion as the rule goes forward? So I'm asking, how's the best? Do you want me to raise them now? Do you want me to just take them directly to Travis? But I feel like the board should weigh in on some of these ideas.
What would be really nice is if you could write that up,
I've got it written up.
okay, and submit it to Lorraine. Then we'll write it. We can route it to leadership to put into the committee, or that way the whole board is privy to your.
So would it come back then to the committee next month?
It would be leadership would assign it most likely back to that committee.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
And I appreciate you going through that work.